I've said it many times. I was real busy when Battlestar came into my life, and I was doing a lot of work. Couldn't get a job, and I was creating all my own work. I've always created my own work, and I was working and trying to make things happen, and producing and trying to make film. And I was working at a nonprofit thing that I started, a book festival that I started on Latino Book and Family Festival in the United States here. And so I got the script, and it was sent to me. And at that time I was in, I think it was San Bernardino. And my family was with me. And they actually sent the script to where I was in San Bernardino. And it was sitting on the thing, and on the table, they said they just sent you this. And it was the weekend they got there. I said, weird. But it just sat there, and my wife took it, and she left. About 3 or 4 hours later, she comes back and she goes, you should read this. I go, Battlestar Galactica? I love you, I really do, but, God, it's, I had enough with Miami Vice, okay? Just the word Miami Vice and Edward James Olmos didn't compute. But Battlestar Galactica and Edward James Olmos, and I had turned down Star Trek. When they killed Kirk, they asked me to come in and be the commander. And I said, thank you, but no thank you. I can't at this time, but I appreciate it. And the real reason has always been is when you sign up for a television show, it's exclusive. So you're kind of stuck wherever you're going to go. And so I could not sign an exclusive contract. And so when this one came up, and she said, you got to read it. And I said, no, please. I had not seen the original because at the time when you guys came on, that was 1978, and I had just broke through with one of the most important pieces of work that I'd ever done, which was El Pachuco and Zoot Suit, which is an incredible play that went on to become a film. And I had just, February 14th, we opened. So during December and January of 78, I was working. And then all the way through, for 3 years, I did that play on Broadway and across. It was beautiful. It was a great experience. But I was never home. I never watched TV. I just all we did live, eat, and breathe in the theater. Once you're in the theater, which that's all I did for many, many years. So I was doing that, and I never saw a show, ever. And so as far as I was concerned, I didn't, and I had done Blade Runner. And as far as I was concerned, at the situation of doing science fiction, Blade Runner, man. Anything gets close to Blade Runner, I might think about doing it, but unless it's going to do Blade Runner or better, I just, I'll wait. I'll be patient and I'll wait. And that's what happened. I read the damn thing, and I got to tell you, from page one, oh man, Ron Moore was truly a gift. I read, really, he deserves an applause. He really does. It's an amazing journey he has taken us on. And I got to, look, he's had a lot of help. We all have had help in doing everything that we've done on the show, but there had to be the seed of understanding from the very conception, and somebody had to lead that seed and plant it, and he did it in spades. I got to tell you, I as soon as I opened the book, and there was a preface that David Icke had. I found out later. David Icke had asked Ron, "Why don't you write down just what your feelings are as to how this piece is going to be done, and what it means to you?" And so he did it, and that's what I was reading. And you talk about soulful. Just a really soulful, intense understanding of where he wanted to go. It was all right there, and I turned to first. Did you ever read that? Oh God Almighty! It's printed. I think we didn't we print it out. It's printed. Has anyone read it? Yeah. Some people have. It's in I guess the second season's book, right?
Yeah, it's one of the published books. Published it at some point.
Yeah, it's a brilliant piece. As a matter of fact, we all cried when David Icke read it. At the final rap party, David Icke read it, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. We had done it. We had done his dream, and it just makes you cry right now, thinking about it, because it was so poignant. It was so right on. So I turned the 3 pages, and I'm like locked in already. And I turned to page 1 of this. It was a long script, so like 130 pages or so, and boom, 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 boom. And I just locked into this thing, and then I said to myself, man, and I put myself right into Blade Runner world. You know, I just went right into Blade Runner world and said, man, this is as good, if not better, because it's deeper, it's more human. I mean, the characters, if we could do, and I immediately called up, and they were like freaked out because, you know, they never thought I'd call them. You know, that was the big thing over there. David said, I was shocked that you called. You know, we were looking for an Edward James Olmos type. You know, so we said, why don't we just like give it to him and see if he'll do it? You know, that's the truth. That's true. Ron said, he said, just give it to him. Oh, we're looking for the type like him. He said, yeah, well, give it to him. Okay, and so they did it, and boy, what a blessing for me in my life. I deserve this. I really deserve to be inside of this piece. Like, I can't even tell you. And the show deserved to have, you know, what I bring to whatever it is in my art that I do. And I got to tell you, I took it very seriously from the get-go. As soon as I read it, I called up. It was during the weekend. Okay, so I called up, and on Monday morning, the beginning of the week, we had a meeting. David, myself, Michael Reimer, and Ron, and the four of us ended up sitting there. And I told him, and I was very. I mean, what did I have to lose? You know, nothing. I just said, you know, hey, you guys want to do this? I want to do this. But if we're going to do this, let's just use the integrity and the commitment that was shown to us in a world that has never been touched since it was made. And that's Blade Runner. Let's go into that world and build the characters. And he's going, got it. I said, but the only thing, and this was the classic, the only thing, the first four-eyed monster I see coming at me, I'm going to faint on camera, and you're going to write me out. From that moment on, he died. Admiral Dama died of a heart attack. He saw this creature and died. And the rest became history. But that's how I got started in this. It was an incredible journey, guys. And I really appreciate this museum for taking this on and for doing this. It's a great compliment to Seattle and to the EMP and to, you know, you guys have done a great job in curating the show. It's a beautiful, beautiful show. And it's an honor and privilege to be here with all of you. So your turn.